With the recent trend of prosecuting heroin dealers with manslaughter, we have, as law enforcement officers, have to change our mindset. These are no longer accidental deaths, these are homicides, and we have to process the crime scene as such. Some of the big things that we cover in this training is contamination control procedures. We're collecting DNA evidence at these scenes oftentimes, and it's easily contaminated. So we want to make sure that officers going in there are wearing gloves and they're protecting against contaminating that scene. We also want to show them how to effectively document that scene. So doing photographs, doing a rough sketch of the crime scene, so we can effectively show that to the prosecutor, to a jury later on, and let them know what that scene looked like. We really want them to focus on the packaging that the drug came in. We're looking for DNA evidence or fingerprint evidence on those items. And we want to help them focus in on the specific evidence that's going to identify the dealer and also tie them to that drug that was used in the overdose.
What do we have?
Got the victim's cell phone here. It's probably going to be important. So our ultimate goal is to identify the dealer, and probably the best way is to use the victim's cell phone. Oftentimes drug deals are conducted with text messages, phone calls. We can use the victim's phone to then track back to that dealer, find out who that dealer is, and then tie them to that specific heroin.
When we arrive on scene, typically all other bystanders have left the scene after calling it in, if they've called it in at all. So the phone can sometimes be our only witness, and fortunately it's a very good witness of evidence of the circumstances surrounding that person passing away. We hope to find text messages to and from the victim to attempt to ascertain who it was that they spoke to before they passed, and also to try to determine where they acquired their drugs from. Also of interest is their internet history, which is also stored on that device, which can contain additional information regarding how they acquired their drugs. We also look at their location information, where we can pinpoint where they were in the days and hours prior to their death. As a support agency, BCI is always there, ready and willing to help all local agencies that might need our assistance in recovering this evidence, subsequently processing this evidence, any kind of paperwork that needs to be filed with internet service providers, cell phone service providers, companies such as Apple or Google, to obtain additional information that can be of use in these cases.
Without the proper collection, we're not going to get the physical evidence that's going to tie the dealer to the heroin that was used in the overdose. It is a team effort. It includes the prosecutor, the medical examiner, the coroner, law enforcement, and all different types of law enforcement investigators to come together and prosecute these and investigate them properly. We've offered this basic evidence collection training several times throughout the state, but we are planning to offer 4 regional trainings throughout the state coming up in the near future, and it's an opportunity for local law enforcement to get that basic training to collect the items properly and to investigate these crimes properly.